Afternoon. Welcome back to another edition of 10-Minute Tips. I am Rickeysha Godfrey. I'm a business coach and strategist, and I specialize in working with creative-minded people to help them with turning their DIYs into dollars, their projects into profits, and their crafts into coins. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to get the notification, and I'm also going to start a live broadcast on Instagram as well. Let me just double check and make sure I'm on the right account. And I'm going to allow the people of Instagram to join us today. So hope y'all don't mind. But I want to thank y'all for joining me and the people of Instagram as well. So hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of 10-Minute Tips. And today I wanted to answer one of the most frequently asked questions that I've gotten since I ended up on the Essence by Black, and that is, how am I handling viral success and just the influx of order that comes when you are in the spotlight, thanks to Essence, who has spotlighted several different small business owners this holiday season, which I really admire them for doing that. So people have been asking, like, well, how are you fulfilling the orders? Because many people know that I'm a single mom, and I'm in Metro Atlanta. I'm mostly by myself. My closest family member now, since they moved, about 20 minutes away, but other than that, my next closest family member is like 45 miles away. And so some people ask, hi Sparkles, some people ask me, like, how are you handling it? What do you do? What types of things do you do? And so it's like I'm getting emails from people for orders for my one business, and then I'm getting emails for people for getting consultant slots for my consultant firm, which is actually, I love it. I'm so grateful. I'm like beyond grateful, beyond blessed. I could not have imagined this. I didn't think I actually got picked because the magazine came out and I wasn't in there, and I was like devastated on my couch, like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get in. And then they ended up putting me in the online guide, which was great. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and tell y'all a few things that I did to get ready, because this isn't the first time that this has happened to me. Back in 2016, I ended up on BuzzFeed's list. At the time, I didn't even read BuzzFeed, and it happened after my holiday cutoff date. And I see some comments on Facebook, so hold on. Hi, Naila, Sharon, hi, Nicola, hi, Rakia, hi, Tasha. Thank y'all for joining me. So in 2016, I ended up on BuzzFeed's list, and how that happened was I had this design, Black, Educated, and Petty, and people started copying it. And so I decided to take the original design down and to add gold foil, which the people that were copying me were all using drop shippers. And so I decided to start using foil on mine, because you can't, there's no drop shipper, or there wasn't at the time, there wasn't a drop shipper that a foil design. And so it was past my shipping deadline for Christmas, and the list came out, and I woke up that next day, or really that night. I woke up and my Etsy app was going off, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I saw the order coming for this same sweatshirt. So I'm obviously thinking maybe a celebrity snuck and ordered it, because some of them do order through my Etsy shop. A few NFL, a few professional athletes have ordered through my Etsy shop. So I was thinking they must have put me on Instagram or something. And then at the time, I didn't know about analytics. I didn't know how to like reverse look up traffic or anything. So I just asked one of the customers, like, how did you find me? And she goes, oh, are you on this BuzzFeed list? And then she put the link there, and I'm like, holy crap, I made BuzzFeed. And not only that, like, it was 2 different items. I was the only one on there that had 2 different items. So I panicked, because I had only been doing t-shirts for maybe like 4 months at the time. I didn't know about a vinyl supplier. I didn't know about wholesale t-shirts. I was ordering everything from Jiffy Shirts. I was ordering most of my vinyl from Etsy, and she couldn't keep everything in stock. And so I was just like learning everything as I went along, and I panicked because I knew that in a couple days I was supposed to fly down to Florida for the holidays. And that week I planned to just clean up, because, you know, like say you got to have your house clean before the new year. And so I plan to just clean up and just focus on getting my place ready for the year, so I didn't have to worry about laundry or anything. So then the orders came through and everybody was saying, is it possible I can get this by Christmas? And I had put in all my order confirmation that, just so you know, you're not going to get this in time for Christmas. So people were bombarding me with messages like, hey, I just found your shop. And I understood at the time, I didn't know a whole lot about running a t-shirt business, but I understood at the time the importance of one customer, because some people think that you just have that one customer and that's it. But when you have that one customer and they have a great experience, they're going to open their network up to you. So then when I started to think about that, I was like, all right, so if I can get these people their Christmas gifts, I can possibly turn them into repeat customers. And so that's what I focused on. And I decided on my own, and at the time I was working full-time too, so I decided on my own that I was gonna take 2 or 3 days off of work and just work through those orders. And that's what I did, like literally nonstop. I was up, I drank a Monster. Don't be like me. I drank a Monster and I was literally up for like 2.5 days straight. Super unhealthy, but I did it, and I ended up getting all the orders out. But when I tell y'all, after I came back from the post office, I crashed. And I don't mean crash like I took a nap. I mean I crashed, and I probably woke up 18 hours later looking around. And I was so grateful. My daughter was okay. I remember giving her a peanut butter sandwich that day, and then my friend came over and I just crashed. So I wanted to tell y'all what I did differently this time from last time. So the first thing I had to do was I had to work on myself and get rid of my need to have control over every single thing. And so I started using drop shippers more. So what I do now is 100% of my mugs and my stationery are drop shipped, and then my shirts, I follow different processes for creating those. So that's the first thing that I had to do. I had to work on myself to understand that every single order does not have to come through me. It's going to be okay. I have drop shippers that I trust. If you want a list of them, you can go to my website, Rickeysha.com, and I have an ebook called Craftinista's Guide to Drop Shipping, so you can get that. But I just had to trust them. And the second thing I had to do is I had to step out of my comfort zone, because what happened was when Tanya from Essence reached out to me, I was in the process of closing my Etsy shop, and I so frustrated because I wanted to focus on my own website, my standalone website. And she wrote to me, she's like, hey, I love your shop. We're putting together a gift guide. You may be featured, you may not, but just send me your mug. And I was like, with all due respect, I'm about to close this shop, so you got to go to my website. That's how it's done. Looking back, I was like, what the hell are you thinking? But I told her, I said, I'm about to close my shop, so if you want to send people, got to send them to my website. And she was like, well, just give it until the holidays. You never know. And I'm thinking, first I was thinking she was a catfish, because why is this on Etsy writing people? But I did look her up, and she was legit, and her picture matched what was online. So I said, okay, but she told me on Tuesday, and she needed it by Friday. And since I drop shipped my mugs, I knew that with the lead time, they have 3 business days. So I knew that there was no way I would get it by Friday. So I have a local person here, and I asked him to come and let me try his equipment. He didn't know how to use it. So he was like, all right, you can come. So I had to teach myself about sublimation, and it took me 4 tries to get this mug right. But I was so determined to do it that we went on YouTube together. We learned how to do the Corel Draw to import design, and then we messed up 4 different mugs. So this was the second one, I think, and then we tried this one. I kept them because they're souvenirs to me, because this was a sentimental thing to me. So I had to teach myself sublimation in order to get her the mug, because I wrote my drop shipper, and even though they're local here in Norcross, they were like, no, we can't get it out on time, so I'm sorry, we'll ship it when we're done, but we won't be able to get it to you. So I had to step outside of my comfort zone, and I had a couple of hours to learn sublimation with my toddler hanging on to my ankles, because she acted like she couldn't give me a little bit of time. So I had to step outside of my comfort zone to learn sublimation, and then I had to also teach myself and to do research on different ways to produce the same thing and then it ended up being cheaper. So another thing that I did was, instead of just only using my Cricut and a plotter to make shirts, I ended up having to, I went through, and I'm going to grab these sheets. I went through my existing orders to see what my best sellers were, and I found a way to continue to make designs but not have to spend so much time. Most of my designs were taking me anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes between cutting and weeding and all that. And so what I had to do was find ways so that I can speed up my production process. And one of the ways I did that was I started ordering sheets from different companies, and I have my ebook also on Tpreneur, and it tells all the different companies that I use for this. But this was the first shirt that I had that went like semi-viral because, and again, I mentioned this before, but one of my customers that ordered this concert, she ended up going to the concert, and then Anita Baker saw her in the front row and like put her on the Jumbotron and like sang to her, and it was her birthday and it was a huge deal. But I didn't know any of this until the next day, and then she posted it on her Instagram. She had 127,000 followers on her Instagram, and it was just a genuine endorsement of my shirt. And so it took off from there, and then the next thing you know, like 4 or 5 more times after that, Anita Baker was like calling other people out like, oh, that's the shirt again, thank you for your support and all that. And so I had to fulfill those orders, but I couldn't be waiting for my Cricut or the plotter to like cut out all that stuff. So then I had to start ordering transfer sheets. So I had to step outside of my usual way of producing orders in order to get everything. And I had to open up my mind so that I'm not spending so much time fulfilling orders that I don't have any energy left to enjoy my success. So those are the 3 main things that I did. Of course, there are some nuances in there as well, but I just wanted to come on and just let y'all know that if you are praying for it, make sure that you prepare for it, because what you want is you want to have opportunity and be prepared versus, you know, you get the opportunity and you know, you're not prepared and then you fall short, and then you're going to miss more customers by not being prepared than you did if you were. So take some time, research your customers, see what those orders look like now, what people are already ordering. Pay attention to what people are asking for. If they're asking for a specific color that you don't offer, maybe research how much work it would take for you to change that. But just prepare. That's what I had to do. I had to work on myself a whole lot first, because I have my fist clenched. I'm like, I have to control every single thing. But work on yourself and figure out different things that you can do to maximize your efficiency, to lower your productivity, to lower your material costs, so that when something like this happens, you can kind of prepare yourself and to rise to the occasion. So if anybody has any questions about anything that I did, just let me know. There is going to be a replay. I'm recording this, so I'll post a replay once I'm done. But I just wanted to encourage y'all and to let y'all know that your time is coming. Don't compare somebody else where they are in their business to where you're going to be. Sometimes people have different seasons. This may be mine, and it may be someone else who's looking at this like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous, I wish I could do that. But just understand, I have ups and downs too. I have slow points and fast times too. So I don't want anyone to think about looking at someone else's success and to be jealous and to think that it can't happen to you, because it can. You just have to be consistent. You just have to stay prayed up, have faith in yourself, and to just keep going. That's really it. Just keep going, and it's gonna happen for you. So sorry I went a little bit over time, but I just had that word on my. I want to double check and see if anybody has posted any questions, but if not, then that's it. Oh, thank you, Sharon, and hi, Jacqueline. I don't know why Facebook be like tripping with these, showing me these comments. Oh, and this is another one. So at the time of the BuzzFeed thing, this was my best-selling shirt, and when I was printing it and cutting it myself, this one shirt used to take me an entire hour, and I used to have to like weed it. If y'all can see, every little space that y'all see, I used to have to weed. I would raise the price of that shirt to at one point the shirt was $45 and people were still buying it. But I had to change my own approach, because if I'm spending 1 hour on a shirt, it's like it's taking time away from everything else. So I started ordering transfers for that, and I have a few others, but I didn't want this to be like an adult show and tell. But I do want to invite y'all. I do have some slots left for my Build It Bootcamp. We did start on Saturday. Since you're gonna miss one class, the class now is only $147, so you can sign up. And our next class is going to be this Saturday at 3 p.m. To join, it's only $147. You can go to my website at rickeysha.com/product/build-it-round-2. So I want to double check to answer all the comments and before I end the broadcast. So Jackie asked, did I adjust the price? No. I did not lower the price. The shirt went from being, and I'll just the beautiful shirt, and that's actually the tea of the week at Buy Keeks with Love, so you can get it for $20. Shameless plug. But it went from taking an hour to make to taking 7 seconds, which is how long you have to press those, and lowered the price from $45 back down to $30, which is the typical price for my shirts, and that's how much it is now. So the transfer sheets are $25 for a setup fee, and then after that I think they're 20 cents or 25 cents per sheet. So when I order about 50, which is typically what I order, then it costs me less than, it costs me a couple cents to make it. So I didn't lower the cost, but now it means that my profit margins are significantly higher, and I keep my shirts at a certain cost for a reason. So I lowered the price from the $45, which is what I set it at to discourage people from buying it. I know it's bad, but I was like, please stop buying this shirt. It takes too long to make. And I just kept raising the price, and it seemed like people were just like, nope, still it. But I didn't lower the price on that or any of my other shirts. I just pocket more of the profits. So yeah. So Naila asked, how do I decide which ones I'm going to drop ship and which ones I'm going to make myself? So I'm actually switching more my process and my setup. And so I know I'm going to keep drop shipping my mugs, and I know I'm going to keep drop shipping my notebooks, because those are just things that I just have no desire to make myself anymore. But as for my t-shirts, now the ones that I don't sell a lot of, I drop ship, like just the one-off designs I drop ship. But for the most part, the more popular ones, I just order the transfers and I press them out. Because when I first started drop shipping, the hardest part for that, and I was working full-time too, the hardest part of that was going from making everything, like having my hands and my touch on everything, to not doing that and not sending the thank you note and all that. So I really missed part of it. And now that I've found a way to be able to still make it and not have to make it, then it works for me. And it's cheaper. I don't have to worry about keeping vinyl in stock. I don't have to worry about the blades on my Cricut cleaning the mats as much. Now there are some things like the glitter designs and something that I still have to cut, but for the most part, that's it. And it's my cost low. At one point I was exploring like buying more expensive printers and a bigger plotter, but then I just said, no, I don't have a desire for that. I don't have a desire to keep a whole lot of inventory in my home anymore. I just don't. So I just changed my own approach, and what works for me is not always going to work for y'all. So this works for me because I'm a single mom and I don't have many people here to help me. Like if I'm tired, or if I don't have anyone that I can call and say, hey, can you go get my kid from school today? I don't have that. So I have to be extra responsible and extra careful about how I run my businesses, about how I manage my life, just because I know that I don't really have those reinforcements. So that's my drive force for my decision making. So yeah, yeah, I agree, Jackie. So I want, and I've actually considered raising my prices, because I'm just like, I'm featured in Essence. But no, I think I'm just gonna keep them the same. I want it to still be affordable and something that people still have access to. So I didn't want to go super bougie, but I may have, if I do anything for raising my prices, I may just do like a more luxury type line. But yeah. So that's it. I want to thank y'all for joining me. If you don't have any other questions, then I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. But I want to thank y'all for joining me and invite you to join my craft group called Crafters Plus Creators. Every Sunday, we do different projects together, except this Sunday is canceled, so we'll kick back up next Sunday. But yeah, sign up for a Build It Bootcamp and register to get on my mailing list. So I want to thank y'all for joining me, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday afternoon. Bye.